beaches, villas, schools, and even a brewery. Tsingtao is now one of China's largest beer producers. Perhaps the most striking building is St. Michael's Catholic Church. The church has a beautiful interior, but equally interesting is what often takes place on the outside. Soon-to-be married brides and grooms wearing Western-style dresses take orders from busy camera crews. The wedding industry is booming in China, with a rising middle class able to afford more extravagant festivities. And pre-wedding photo shoots are very popular. Qingdao also has a modern park, which feels like an entirely different city. It's only a short taxi or subway ride away from the old town, but I suggest using the waterfront promenade, where you can walk through some beautiful areas of the city. Make sure to check out the marina, which hosted sailing competitions, the Beijing Olympics, and stay around until the evening, when the skyline is lit up with a spectacular light show. We finish our journey in Hong Kong, seen by many as the perfect fusion between East and West, and one of my favorite cities in the world. It's a modern metropolis, but also a cultural powerhouse. It's easy to fall in love with Hong Kong at first sight, with its amazing skyline and backdrop of green mountains. But for many, this is only where the story begins. The city was part of Britain for almost a century, the result of negotiations with the Chinese Empire after the infamous Opium Wars. Over the years, the people of Hong Kong managed to build a flourishing society with democratic freedoms and their own identity. Some of these freedoms, however, have come under pressure after the city was handed back to China in 1997. The city has seen massive protests, with people voicing their concern and grievances over China's growing influence. It's a good idea to read up on the situation in Hong Kong before you travel here. One of the best ways to start exploring Hong Kong is to visit the spectacular Victoria Peak. Here you can admire the jaw-dropping urban landscape of the city. You can reach the peak by taxi or on a steep hike, but most travelers use the historic Victoria Peak tram, a gravity-defying attraction that should not be missed. Another way to appreciate the city skyline is to sail the classic Star Ferry across Victoria Harbour. For just a few Hong Kong dollars, this is probably the best value trip in the city. Hong Kong is a breeze to get around and boasts a very efficient public transport system, including an extensive metro network, double-deck trams, and even helicopters for those who can afford it. For some travelers, Hong Kong is a shopper's paradise, and sometimes it feels like the city is one giant shopping mall. Many buildings are connected by air-conditioned walkways. Others come here for their Cantonese food, which is some of the best in Asia. From luxurious restaurants to street food markets and local eateries, there is something for everyone. For a different side of Hong Kong, head to some of the tranquil islands, or visit the big Buddha statue, located in a major Buddhist center in the mountains. but it's the streets of Kowloon district and beyond that really make me love Hong Kong. This is the cultural heartland of the city, where traditional neighborhoods mix with bustling street markets. It feels overwhelming in some parts, yet surprisingly peaceful in others. Visit one of the many temples, browse some of the markets, sample local cuisine, or simply walk around and be surprised by this magnificent city. And that concludes my personal top 10 favorite places to visit in China. A country so vast that it can be explored for years. I hope this video gave you some inspiration, or at least provided a glimpse into a country that was closed for so long, but slowly opens itself to the world. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you again next time. Travel safely.